Welcome back to S.WigginsTV. I'm your host, Worldwide Wiggins, and I'm back with another episode of Hood History. Now, this specific episode is going to get a little controversial, but I'm going to stand up for what I believe in, and I'm going to let y'all know, for those of y'all who don't believe in God and Jesus and anything associated with him, these are my opinions, which I believe to be facts, and I'm entitled to my opinions. So if you don't want to hear my opinions, you might as well just leave now, because I'm a tell it like it is. But here we go. Out of all my wild videos on WigginsTV, I gotta say this is the wildest concept. If you a real Wigster, you remember way back when I first started doing Forgotten Hoods in LA, when I mentioned a roster of dozens of hoods in the beginning stages. One of those hoods was the Chronicle's Blood Gang, or the Westside CHR, out in Harbor City. At the time, I didn't really do a lot of homework on this hood when I first covered it, but as time went on, I tapped in with a few reputable OGs in LA, and they kind of schooled me to it. The Chronicle's Blood Gang originated at a church. Yes, you heard me right. They originated at a church. This happened around back in the 1980s when a bunch of dudes was coming from miscellaneous parts of LA County, like Carson, Wilmington, Harbor City. They would all hang out and be thugging at a Samoan church in Harbor City, which I think might be called the Harbor City Church. But this is actually true. This church was located around 253rd Street in Normandy, and it looks like that church is still there to this day. And that explains why 253rd Street is like the main clique in they hood. They rivals were the Harbor City Crips, the Dodge City Crips, and a few local racist Hispanic gangs in Torrance and Wilmington. Another thing I didn't cover is the name of they hood. Now, this is what I heard about how they got the name of their hood. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I'm pretty sure, because it makes sense. And anyway, I'm speaking hypothetically. Now, if for some reason you don't know much about God's Word, the Bible has two main sections, the Old Testament and the New Testament. They name come from one of the books of the Bible in the Old Testament called Chronicles, which reveals the history of our forefathers and what certain kings of Israel did during their time on the throne, whether they did righteously in God's eyes or evil in God's eyes. Now, speaking of that, I will let y'all know, hustling, drugs, selling drugs, and gangbanging at a church, in the house of God, and naming a hood, that's about gangbanging and murder after God's scriptures is not cool. I don't care if I lose every last one of y'all, subscribers that don't believe. I don't care if all y'all unsubscribe from my channel. I'm going to continue to express my love for God, and I don't care who don't like it. I'm going to be honest, I don't really like the concept. I don't play with God or his word, the Bible. I'm all for, brothers going to church for the right reasons, like trying to get closer to Jesus Christ, fellowship with other believers, in the true and living God. But taking scriptures and twisting them for the purpose of gangbanging and doing wrong is not a good thing to do, bro. And if it was a Crip hood, I would say the same thing. I'm not being biased at all. I don't care who it is. Matter of fact, I heard it was a hood called Bible Crips, and I don't like that name either. They both wrong. It's not that I'm better than y'all or that I'm even living the right way that God would have me live, but as stupid as I am or whatever you want to call me, even an idiot like me know not to play with God. That's one thing I won't do for no amount of money. And that's what these fraternities and sororities do. They tell you, hey, it's a Christian club. And next thing you know, they twist the scriptures, and next thing you know, you doing all these demonic rituals and activities. I've seen tons of people talk about it on YouTube. But anyway, this hood, ended up stretching to different parts of the country, actually. You can see them in some of the Hawaiian Islands, and they even went to parts of Texas and Colorado and Oklahoma, I heard. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but this area has become a homeless camp for people who are less fortunate to kind of, congregate for a safe place for them to be without being bothered. So, hey, I'm not sure if this hood is still around. You know, I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, just in case for anybody that's wondering if they was or not, I'm just letting y'all know. But yeah, that's just another, you know, nickel sack for y'all. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, man, and keep God first, man. Don't play with God, man. It'll never work out for you. I'm out of here. Wiggins.